Welcome to the Revenge Bright channel. Please like and subscribe.
I still remember the exact moment I knew something was wrong. It wasn't dramatic. No shattered glass. No tear-streaked confession. No lover caught in our bed. It was a Tuesday. Rain tapping the kitchen window like a polite stranger asking to come in. She was humming that old Joni Mitchell tune she used to sing in the shower when we were first dating. Bare feet on the tile. Coffee in her favorite chipped mug. Smiling at her phone. That smile. It wasn't the smile she gave me when I walked in the room after a long day. It wasn't the tired, affectionate half-smile she'd flash over the newspaper at breakfast. This was different. Brighter. Sharper. Alive in a way I hadn't seen in years. Her eyes sparkled like she was holding a secret too delicious to keep, and too dangerous to share. I didn't say anything. Didn't ask. Just poured my coffee and kissed the top of her head like always. She smelled like vanilla and sleep. Familiar. Safe. That was the last time I felt safe. It started with little things. The kind you dismiss because you're a reasonable man. You don't want to be that guy, the jealous, insecure husband sniffing through drawers and checking browser histories. You tell yourself you're imagining it. You're tired. Stressed. Maybe it's midlife. Maybe you're just boring now. She started working late. Big project, she'd say. Deadlines. Her firm had never demanded 7 p.m. conference calls before, but suddenly, 3 nights a week, she'd be on Zoom, laptop angled away from me, voice low and professional. I'd bring her tea. She'd thank me without looking up. Her phone, once left carelessly on the couch, buzzing with grocery reminders and PTA updates, now lived in her pocket. Screen down. Password locked. When it rang, she'd excuse herself. Bathroom. Back porch. Car. Always just out of earshot. I noticed her perfume changed. Not the light, citrusy scent she'd worn for a decade. Now it was something heavier. Muskier. Expensive. The kind of fragrance that lingers in a room long after she's left. I found the bottle tucked behind her makeup drawer. Never saw her spray it. But I smelled it, on her scarf, on the passenger seat of her car, on the collar of the blazer she wore to client dinners. I started noticing the absences. Not just late nights. Lunches, with the girls, that stretched into afternoons. Weekend yoga classes that ended at noon but she wouldn't be home until 3. She'd come back flushed. Hair slightly damp. Smiling that same secret smile. I told myself I was paranoid. Until the receipts. It was an accident. Truly. I was looking for my tax documents in her desk, the one she insisted stay organized and private. I pulled open the bottom drawer, the one she never locked, and there it was. Tucked beneath a stack of old birthday cards, a hotel receipt. Not from a business trip. Not from a conference city. From a boutique hotel downtown. The kind with mood lighting and champagne on ice. Check-in, Friday, 8 p.m. Checkout, Saturday, 11 a.m. 2 adults. 1 room. The date rang a bell. That was the weekend she'd told me she was visiting her sister. Her sister lived 3 states away. My hands didn't shake. My breath didn't catch. I felt cold. Like someone had pumped liquid nitrogen into my veins. I put the receipt back exactly where I found it. Closed the drawer. Walked to the kitchen. Made a sandwich. Ate it standing up. That night, I watched her. Not suspiciously. Not obviously. Just watched. The way she laughed at something on TV. The way she tucked her hair behind her ear when she was thinking. The way she reached for my hand during the commercials, her fingers warm, familiar, practiced. Who was she when she wasn't with me? I didn't confront her. Not yet. Something in me, some primal, wounded animal, wanted proof. Not just suspicion. Not just receipts. I needed to see it. To know it. To carve it into my bones so I could never pretend it didn't happen. I started following her. Not every day. Not like a movie. I'm not an idiot. I waited for patterns. Learned her routines. Noticed which client dinners happened on Thursdays. Which yoga studios she claimed to visit on Saturdays. The first time I tailed her car, my palms were slick on the steering wheel. Heart hammering like a trapped bird. She drove past her office. Past the gym. Past every place she'd ever mentioned. Pulled into the parking garage of the Marlowe, that same boutique hotel from the receipt. She didn't go in the front entrance. Used the side door. Discreet. Experienced. I parked down the block. Waited. Watched the entrance for 2 hours. Didn't see her leave. I went home. Slept beside her. Listened to her breathe. The next week, I planted a tracker on her car. Bought it online. Small. Magnetic. Slipped it under the rear bumper while she was showering. Told myself it was research. Told myself I deserved to know. The data didn't lie. Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m., the Marlowe. Always the same room. Always for 3 hours. Thursdays, lunch at Bistro Soleil, a quiet, dimly lit French place known for discretion. Always the same corner booth. Always with the same man. I didn't know his name. Didn't need to. I saw him once, tall, silver-haired, expensive watch, the kind of man who looks like he owns buildings. He touched her hand when he laughed. Leaned in when she spoke. Looked at her like she was the only woman in the world. She used to look at me like that. I started documenting everything. Spreadsheets. Timestamps. Locations. Hotel names. Restaurant reservations under fake names. I photographed her leaving. Photographed him arriving. I even, God help me, recorded audio outside their hotel room door. Just once. Just to hear her voice. Soft. Laughing. Saying things to him I hadn't heard her say to me in years. I missed you. You always know how to make me feel alive. I wish we had more time. I vomited in the hotel hallway trash can afterward. Here's where it gets worse. I thought, foolishly, naively, that if I gathered enough evidence, I could fix it. Confront her. Give her a choice. Us, or him. I thought love was a choice. That loyalty could be rebuilt. That after 22 years, 2 kids, 3 houses, and 1,000 ordinary Tuesdays, she'd choose me. I was wrong. The night I confronted her, I laid it all out. Calmly. No yelling. No tears. Just facts. Dates. Times. Photos. Audio clips. The receipt. The tracker data. I even printed the hotel's loyalty program statement, showing how many reward nights they'd earned together. She didn't cry. Didn't deny it. Didn't beg. She just sighed. Like I'd caught her sneaking dessert before dinner. Annoyed. Inconvenienced. He makes me happy, she said. Simple. Final. I asked her how long. 18 months. 18 months. A year and a half of lies. Of double lives. Of her kissing me goodnight while planning her next rendezvous. Of her helping me pick out Father's Day cards while texting him heart emojis. I asked her why. She looked at me, really looked at me, for the first time in months. You stopped seeing me, she said. You stopped trying. You were there, but you weren't present. I was lonely. He saw me. He wanted me. He made me feel desired. I wanted to scream. To throw something. To beg. But I just nodded. Said, okay. I moved out the next week. Didn't fight for the house. Didn't argue over custody. Let her have what she wanted. The kids stayed with her. I took an apartment across town. Started therapy. Started running. Started drinking, just a little. Then a lot. Then stopped. I thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. 3 months after the divorce was finalized, I got a call from a private investigator I'd hired, not to follow her, but to dig into him. Something about the way he looked at her, it didn't sit right. Too polished. Too controlled. Too rehearsed. Turns out, he wasn't just some silver-haired businessman with a taste for married women. He was married. Wife, Elena Rostova. Philanthropist. Board member of half a dozen charities. Mother of 3. And, here's the kicker, best friends with my ex-wife's sister. They'd been planning it for years. Not just the affair. The entire dismantling. The PI uncovered bank transfers. Small at first. Then larger. All from his accounts to hers. Disguised as consulting fees. Art acquisitions. Travel reimbursements. Over $87,000 in 18 months. Then came the emails. Not love letters. Not sexts. Strategy. She's almost ready to leave him. Make sure she doesn't suspect the money trail. Once the house is in her name, we move to phase 2. Phase 2. Asset liquidation. Offshore accounts. A planned business relocation to Lisbon. Him. Her. And, according to one particularly chilling email, the children, if necessary. They weren't just having an affair. They were executing a long con. She wasn't just cheating. She was erasing me. I went to the police. Showed them everything. The PI's report. The financials. The emails. The timestamps. The photos. They listened. Took notes. Nodded solemnly. Then they told me there wasn't enough for criminal charges. Consensual affair, they said. No proof of coercion. Financial transfers could be interpreted as gifts. Emails are circumstantial. I asked them what phase 2 meant. They shrugged. I didn't give up. I hired a forensic accountant. A civil attorney. Filed for emergency custody. Froze joint assets. Subpoenaed his business records. His travel logs. His communications with Elena. And then, the bomb. He wasn't just married. He was under federal investigation for money laundering. Wire fraud. Conspiracy. His business was a front. The boutique hotel? Owned by a shell corporation linked to his network. The client dinners? Meetings with offshore facilitators. My wife wasn't just his mistress. She was his accomplice. The FBI got involved. Quietly. Carefully. They'd been building a case for 2 years. Needed a break. I gave them one. They put a wire on me. Had me meet her for closure. For the kid's sake. I wore a button cam. A mic taped to my chest. I asked her about Lisbon. About the money. About Elena. She talked. Freely. Confidently. Arrogantly. She didn't know the FBI was listening. They arrested him 3 days later. At JFK. Boarding a flight to Zurich. One-way ticket. New passport. $2.3 million in untraceable crypto wallets. They arrested her the same day. At home. In front of the kids. Handcuffs. Reading of rights. The whole thing. Elena? She flipped. Testified against them both. Said she'd known for years. Said she'd tried to stop it. Said she was devastated. Nobody believed her. The trial lasted 6 months. I didn't attend most of it. Couldn't stomach it. But I read the transcripts. Saw the photos. Heard the recordings. She took a plea deal. 5 years. Federal prison. No parole. He got 12. Elena? Immunity for cooperation. Walked away with her charities. Her reputation. Her freedom. My kids live with my sister now. They don't talk to their mother. Haven't visited. Won't answer her letters. I see them every weekend. Take them hiking. To ball games. To ice cream parlors. We don't talk about her. Not yet. Maybe not ever. It's been 3 years. I still wake up sometimes reaching for her side of the bed. Still catch myself buying her favorite tea. Still flinch when I hear Joni Mitchell. But I'm alive. More alive than I've been in decades. I sold the house. Bought a cabin upstate. Started writing. Not fiction. Truth. The ugly, messy, complicated truth about love and betrayal and the quiet monsters who wear wedding rings. I don't hate her. Not anymore. I pity her. She traded a lifetime of quiet, real love, for a fantasy dressed in lies and silk sheets. She thought she was escaping boredom. She didn't realize she was signing her soul away to a con man who saw her as a tool, a stepping stone to his next score. And me? I thought I was the victim. Turns out, I was the lucky one. Because I got out. And she? She's still in. Just not in a hotel. In a cell. If you're listening to this, if you're a man who trusts his wife with his whole heart, don't panic. Don't snoop. Don't assume. But don't ignore the quiet alarms either. The smile that doesn't reach her eyes. The phone that's always face down. The perfume that doesn't smell like her. Love shouldn't feel like a performance. Loyalty shouldn't need a spreadsheet to prove it exists. And if you ever feel like you're living with a stranger wearing your wife's face, trust your gut. Before it's too late.